Thank you, everyone. So, guys, here my name is Vidit, and thanks you. First of all, thank you all for joining this demo session. And I'm from Skilled Inspirational Academy, guys. So I've been working in this F5 from last now 15 years. So this course would be one of my favorite course, which I was thinking to launch from last 1 year, as I have seen that people are facing issues when troubleshooting or when giving certification. So this course I have launched, which will have a combo course. So it will have load balancer, it will have your troubleshooting, that is tech level course, plus it will have your interviewer clearance session. One more as a Diwali gift, which I am giving is I'll be covering your certification course also. So this course I have termed as a job guarantee program. So after doing this course, guys, you will be able to clear any interview. You can clear your certification exam, plus you can work in production environment. Why this a job guarantee program is, guys, I'll be supporting you extra whoever will enroll is. We'll be having monthly one session on weekdays or weekends where I'll be giving you interview questions. Whoever enroll for this. So until you are saying that you are not able to clear your interview related to F5. So this program is specially designed for F5 load balancers who wants to clear interview related to load balancer, or maybe they ask you some questions on troubleshooting, or nowadays guys exam knowledge also. So yesterday one live example which I received from one of the student, that companies are looking for engineer who is certified in 101, 201. Then we have one advanced version which is called 301. So I'll be covering all this. It is not basics to advanced, but I can say it is more than basics to advanced course. And it will take minimum 2 to 3 months duration. It will be your weekends course and it will be starting after Diwali. That is on 3rd of November, which would be a weekend batch, Saturday and Sunday. And it will be morning batch from 10 a.m. to 12:30. It will have load balancer, troubleshooting, interview sessions, and certification training. So first I'll go through the troubleshooting course content, load balancer course content, and certification course content, which I'll be going through it. Then we'll start with discussion and interaction, because many people were looking that they have attended this load balancer training, but that is not enough. This is totally a customized course by me, looking over the job demand in market, where I'll be covering troubleshooting and certification. My main agenda for this is load balancer is okay. People can do load balancers. But my main agenda is people should troubleshoot different issues. Maybe 10, 12 issues they get. Second, they can clear any certification after this. So let me directly go to course content. So first course content which I will covering is your load balancer course content, which I'll be working. Then we'll have your certification training, which will have your 101 and 201. Third, we'll have 301, troubleshooting, what we'll be covering in your troubleshooting training. So there are 8 modules on troubleshooting. So my main agenda, guys, for the course flow is this one. First, guys, we will be starting with introduction of your load balancer. How load balancer is, why F5 is in huge demand. Then we will be starting with basics. So this whole course has been segregated into 4 modules. Module 1 will be your load balancer training, that is called LTM, or you can say big IP LTM. That will be around 24 hours. Dedicated training on big IP load balancer. Then we will have module 2 that will contains your troubleshooting training, or you can say tech level troubleshooting, that contains 20 hours dedicated training, which will cover all scenarios related to troubleshooting, which is called F5 tech level, where we will discuss different scenarios, around 20 to 30 scenarios use cases, which will cover your hardware troubleshooting, high availability, load balancer troubleshooting. This all will be part of your troubleshooting. So I'll be coming into this course content also. That will be around 20 hours. Module 3 will be your dedicated to your certification, that is F5 LTM 101, 201 and 301. That is again 20 hours. And module 4 will contain your certification, that is around 6 hours. That will be a special interview guidance sessions. And with this course, I am also giving every month you will be getting one webinar with me, whoever enrolls in this course, for mock interview session. It will be a live session where we will have industry experienced people. So total duration will be 60 hours for this course. So 20 hours for 24 hours will be your load balancer, 20 hours will be your troubleshooting session, 20 hours for your certification, and 6 hours would be your interview guidance. It is not like that this interview, you call me 7 to 8, I'll help you. But it is a dedicated 6 hours interview session. I will be covering all interview questions, around 50 to 60 questions live. And I'll do with demo. Trust me, guys, after this, you will get any interview clearance. If you don't get not able to clear interview, then it's up to me. I can give you any course free of cost. So it's a job guarantee program. Until you get a good job, I'll be supporting you. See, it is not like that I'll be covering other technologies, but for F5, I can guarantee you. And nowadays, F5 is in huge demand. Okay, so these are the 4 modules. So this all will be your load balancer stuff, which I'll be covering. That is called F5 LTM. Then we will have troubleshooting. So in troubleshooting, guys, what is my focus? I'll show you. In troubleshooting, my focus is someone who is good in troubleshooting after this course can work on which technology. So my main focus on these points. I'll just highlight this. So this course will help you to perform any configuration issues which you get. Either it's related to upgrade, hardware issues, CPU, memory issues, migration issues. It will cover systematic approach. What should you check on layer 1? What you should check on layer 2? What you should check on layer 3? So that you can confirm whether it's an application issue, or whether it's a load balancer issue, or whether it's a firewall issue. Then we will cover issues related to health monitors. How to troubleshoot performance issues. Maybe it's due to the bug. We will also study how to read eye health. So eye health is a very critical tool. Whenever you open a case with F5, they will ask you for QK view file. So we will see how to analyze QK view file using eye health. How to understand traffic flow. Right now, you only know what is virtual server, you know what is pool, what is node, but what is happening at a back end when a traffic comes to your F5. What are the different technologies on profiles and policies which can improve your performance issues? Many people reach out to me, sir. I am facing slowness issues, how I can troubleshoot. That also I'll be covering in this course. It is related to CPU, memory, swap. Many people say that, sir, I'm facing issues related to pool member, failover, F5 is crashing. I need to troubleshoot issues related to SSL, HTTP issues. That all will be covering in this. Issues related to SSL, encryption and decryption. We will also study about different tools, TCP dump, Wireshark, Fiddler, to identify the root cause of your traffic management. That is what it will help you when you attend this troubleshooting training. Lot of stuff, but right now this was main thing, and after this course my main focus would be that you will be able to, people say that what is the prerequisite and how it will help me. So it will help you to troubleshoot issues. It will help you to analyze issues related to virtual server, SNAT, health monitor, complex issues where you need to open ticket with tech to troubleshoot. Whatever would be possible, issues related to daemon. What are different daemons in F5? So that also I'll be using. How to understand different logs, how to read logs, how to understand big IP daemons to troubleshoot, diagnose issues, and monitor. How to use Wireshark or TCP dump to understand the root cause of the issue. This was the strategy for troubleshooting approach which I'll be following. Now, when I talk about audience and experience for this course, guys, this course is designed in such a way whether if you are a fresher, you just need to understand OSI layer. Rest you leave up to me. So whoever is a network engineer who want to build a career, who are preparing for 101 exam, 201 exam, and 301B. This exam is one of the toughest exam which I can say in F5. If someone is good in this, if someone is able to clear this exam, guys, no one can stop you in selecting you in a company. That is 301B. I'll be highlighting this, what I'll be covering in this. This is all about your troubleshooting. And if you see in world, in India, there are not more than 1,000 people who have cleared this certification. So my end goal is you should clear this exam, which is called 301B also. Who want to be good in security, who want to make career, who wants to learn new technology, who are looking for promotions. See, nowadays, if you join any company, what they look, they want an engineer who can do operation stuff also, who are good in implementation also, who are good in design also, like solution architect, and who are good in troubleshooting. That comes under your operations. Design, implementation, and operation, this is my background. So this was part of your audience. Who engineers who can attend this course? Next, guys, I have covered this. I'll just show you what I'll be covering in 101. So, guys, after attending this 101 or this training, module 4, which we discussed, you can also clear CCNA. Whoever is basics, I'll be covering little bit on OSI layer also. So when I talk about F5 101 exam, Section 1 is all about your configuration part, or I can say it is all about your network layer, where you should know how switch works, how router works, how ARP works, what are ADC application objects. So guys, when I say about ADC, does anyone know what does ADC means? So it is called application delivery controller. So this is about your 101 and 201 what I will be covering. Troubleshooting, there are other modules. So first let me tell you what I'll be covering in troubleshooting so that most of the people will understand. So this course will help you on understanding the big IP setup, like how you can implement big IP from scratch. Okay, when someone asks me, sir, can you list down 10 interview question? My first question is, what is the model number you have worked on F5? If you are working professional, some people say, sir, I'm not getting chance to work in F5. How I can clear an interview? So the answer is attend Vidit sir training, because I know the industry questions which will be asked. If someone asks me questions like 10 question Vidit sir, can you tell me 10 question which can be asked? Even I'm not a working professional, I should clear the exam. First question, if I want someone, let's say person is Arjun. Okay. Let's say I'm taking an interview of Arjun. First question which I'll ask him to understand whether he has worked on F5 is or not is, I'll ask the model number of F5. What is the latest operating system which has come on F5? So most of the people don't know. Anyone know about Big IP next? Do you know after 2027, your TMOS architecture will get converted into Big IP next? Do you know there is a concept called R series which has come? I series is there. Old models have been expired. Lot of works will come to you guys. People are looking to for network F5 engineers who have got knowledge on F5 product, because now old version of F5s are getting end of support. Now the latest model number which are going are I series, R series, that is using VLOS, and that is using your Kubernetes. And in 2027, TMOS will get converted into big IP next. So if you tell someone this, he will really like your approach. Second question which I'll ask, hey Arjun, can you tell me how to deploy F5 from scratch? From this, I'll understand how much knowledge he have. How to deploy F5 from scratch. From this, I'll understand your methodology. Then we will cover troubleshooting methodology, how to work with F5 support, how to troubleshoot from bottom to top, like what you should check on L1 layer, L2 layer, L3 layer, L4 layer, and L7. This would be my approach in F5 tech troubleshooting. What are the troubleshooting tools which you can use in F5? Like Fiddler, TCP dump. Then we will cover your Wireshark. Do you know Wireshark? Everyone knows about Wireshark. But do you know F5 has a dedicated Wireshark tool? Anyone? Please reply on the chat. Do you know F5 has a dedicated Wireshark tool which can really help you to understand what is happening? Do you know anyone knows about Wireshark plugin of F5? I'm not sure. So here you go. There is a special Wireshark plugin tool which is available in market. Most of the people don't know. So I'll show you quickly. Don't miss even a single session of this, guys. So you have a special plugin tool which has been introduced by F5. That is called Wireshark plugin that will help you to understand what are the different issues that. So if you see here, when I click this article, there is a plugin tool which you can use. F5 Wireshark plugin. TCP dump commands we will use. So this is how you can use. Now, do you know how it is using? I'll show you. People are using TCP dump. Okay, don't understand this. People are using this command to take Wireshark. NNNI. Does anyone know what does this NNI means? Anyone? What does this triple N means? Anyone? When you take Wireshark capture, do you know what is the use of NNN? How Wireshark and F5 plugin makes your life easier for troubleshooting? That I'll be covering. So I'll just show you one article which will really help you. There is a very good article which I'll be referring. So how Wireshark and F5 plugin make for easier troubleshooting. Trust me guys, whatever I have not covered from last 4 and 5 years, it took lot of efforts of me. So please don't miss even a 1 second of this session. So guys, if you see this, there is a troubleshooting session. That is, if you see this is your Wireshark capture. Can you see one filter is called Ethernet Traveler. There are sessions which are low details, medium details, and high details. What does it means? This is not available on F5 Wireshark by default if you take a capture. For this, you have to install Wireshark plugin for F5. So at each layer, there are different things. When I talk about low details, it will tell you me from which interface traffic has come. Just see this. It will tell me the egress flag, whether your TMM interface is sending or receiving a packet. Where a 0 indicates that TMM is sending a packet, non-zero number indicate that TMM is receiving a packet. Sometimes you need to understand whether you are receiving a packet or not. How you can check through Wireshark? Through these flags. Even you will get the slot number. Do you know that TMM? What is TMM? And how many number of TMM are there in handling your packet? Do you know there are CPUs from 0 to 7? When someone report an issue related to slowness issues and you see CPU spike, there are some CPUs which are used for management plane. There are some CPUs which will be used for data plane. So the odd number of CPUs, when you see the memory issues, memory is divided into three terms: TMM memory, swap memory, and other memory. That all will be covering in this course. So TMM is the main interface which is called traffic management microkernel. It will tell you all details. See, what is the slot number TMM is using and which virtual server it is using. It will also tell you, sometimes you see that there is a reset of a packet that will be in medium details. So let me show you one practical approach. Now, when you have an issue, let's say someone reports some URL issue. Okay, someone is reporting any URL issue. Now, question will come where I should start my troubleshooting. Okay, whenever you attend any interview or whenever you are in live production, this will be the question which comes into your mind. Where I should start. And below are the questions which will come. This question will be asked by F5 engineer also. When you open a case from F5 tech support, these are the question which will be asked. So my main agenda is to make you good in F5 so that you may open less support issues, less support tech tickets, and you can troubleshoot by your own. So you will ask this, does this work before? How many applications are working fine? Is it issue related to one? Does the traffic goes through F5? Guys, can anyone tell me how you will check that? Is it reproducible? What does it means? Sometimes they say that issue came in, but it got resolved. That is called reproducible. Was there any changes done when the issue code arise? So changes means, was there any upgrade done? Was there any migration done? Before beginning, determine what devices are involved. So there are perimeter firewalls, there can be routers, there can be switches. Also, this is very, very important. If you don't understand the flow, you cannot troubleshoot. You need to understand the flow, how traffic is going from client, then to F5, then to pool members. So there is a concept called network map, which will give you a detail that what is the virtual server, what is the pool called on that virtual server. That is how you can see. This will only give you F5 data. Now, guys, first of all, what you check when someone report any issues related to F5, you will check module statistics. Very, very critical component. These things I don't cover much in my load balancer. I covered, but it was only 4 hours. Even guys, for each virtual server, you can see bits, packets, connection, request, and CPU utilization also. When someone says that I want to check whether F5 is receiving a packet, you just go to your virtual server and check the statistics. If you are getting in and out, it means you are getting traffic on F5. Now let's say I have a client, I have an firewall, I have an F5, then I have 3 servers. Now let's say I'm not receiving any traffic on F5. What will happen? What can be issue? This is the live question which will be asked in interview. I am not receiving any traffic on virtual server. Virtual server is nothing but it's a URL on which I am accessing your client. Virtual server is nothing but it's a URL of your website. Can anyone tell me when you do upgrade, when you migrate, what do you check first? Or when you do failover, you check current connection. If there is if there are no current connection, that means there is no traffic coming into it. Sometimes people say that, hey, I want to fail over before upgrade. So first thing which you will check is current connection. If there are no current connections, then you can fail over. Also, you want to check whether failover is working fine. So through current connection, you can check. Sometimes people say, hey, my website is working slow. So for that, you need to check CPU utilization. Very, very important. Nowadays, it is available on your F5 GUI. First troubleshooting step is you always check your network map, how many virtual servers are up. Then you will check the traffic, module statistics, incoming and outgoing. After that, you need to check performance. What is the CPU of your box? How many active connections are there? That is available in your statistics performance tab. How many total new connections are there? I was talking about iHealth, guys. This is F5 Tech favorite tool. F5 Tech will always ask you for QK view so that they can analyze your data through iHealth tool. What does it do? Guys, it will have your snapshot of all your big IP system configuration. Does anyone tell me how many big IP files are there in your F5? How many configuration files are there in your F5? So there are two critical files. One is called bigip.conf. One is called bigip underscore base.conf. We will see all this. This will help you when you upgrade or migrate so that you can tell, is it free for everyone? Yes, guys. You do one thing today. After this session, just go to iHealth. Okay. Just collect your QK view and just visit. Only it requires your registration. That's it. I'll just log in. It only requires your registration, guys, nothing else. It is free for everyone. Just log in. After that, sign in. It will ask for you the code. You just need to enter the verification code. We will see what are the things which we can use here. Just verify. So it will display the snapshot of your big IP configuration. It will give you known issues and common errors. What are the best practice? What is the stable F5 version? People generally open a tech case to check what is the stable operating system which I can upgrade, right? Yes or no? Sometimes company asks you what is the stable version, why you want to upgrade. So it will also give you the vulnerabilities in your F5 operating system. Don't open tech case now. Always collect your QK view, just upload on iHealth. It will give you what is your stable operating system. I'll show you quickly that. Just it will look like this. Just go here. It will give you how many vulnerabilities are high, what are medium, what are low vulnerabilities. Here it will give you upgrade options. Right now it's default. I have not uploaded it. It will give you everything. How many memory is there? How many CPU is there? These are the files which I was talking about. Bigip.conf, bigip.base. Trust me, this tool is best. This is how it will give you configuration snapshot of your device. This will give you, if there is no critical vulnerability, then you are fine. It will give you the platform, which platform you are running, how many virtual servers are there, how many nodes are there. We will see this in our live training, guys. This is part of your course. So when I talk about troubleshooting, in troubleshooting we have 8 modules. In your load balancer we have 12 modules. So troubleshooting, I'm telling you what are the modules which I'll be covering. So I'll start with setting up your big IP. That is part of your load balancer only. So it's a customized, it's interlinked with each other. That is why it is called F5 grunted program. Then we will see all local traffic, nodes, address translation, routing, health monitor, profiles, high availability. All this are part of your F5, guys. So when I talk about troubleshooting, guys, first troubleshooting scenario which comes is, let's say you forgot both root and admin password. How you need to break out. If you forget both root and admin password, how you will get into it, how you can recover. So this is called password recovery session. Another generally troubleshooting tickets which come to you is that reset of your packets, TCP reset. You need to understand the reason for TCP reset. That is all part of your troubleshooting course. Another troubleshooting ticket or scenario comes that customer says, hey, I'm getting packet drops. So I want to understand whether you have packet drops on ingress interface, egress interface, or TMM interface. So we will cover this scenario also, packet drop. Another scenario which comes into picture is your GUI is working slow of F5. Another scenario is GUI is not accessible. That is part of your troubleshooting. Another scenario troubleshooting which most 95% people face is SSL handshake issues. So how many people have faced this issue, guys? And how many you want to know how we will troubleshoot? Why you are getting reset after SSL handshake? We will understand the reason for it. What is CSR? Why chain of trust is break in SSL? We will troubleshoot. Open SSL, how you can troubleshoot using Open SSL tool. What are the reasons for handshake failures? HA failures issues, guys. Your config sync is not happening between the boxes. Upgrades after upgrade box are not coming up. How to prevent that? So there are two scenarios, guys. When you upgrade a box, configuration does not get loaded. Do you know how why? Do you know after F5 upgrade, sometimes your configuration not loaded properly? What can be reason? Anyone? So all this we will be covering in first answer for this is license issue. we need to reactivate your license sometimes. So there are two dates of license. One is license check date and one is service check date, guys. That is very, very important, guys. Now, another scenario which comes into picture is what are the issues which come in SSL? How we enable SSL debug? That many people have issues. Now, guys, one important scenario which I'll cover in troubleshooting is CPU and memory. Most of the people, there is an issue which they face that is related to CPU and memory. What I have seen, most of the people stuck in this, that CPU is going high, memory is going high, swap memory is going high, slash where is getting full. How many have faced these issues? Now, I was talking about CPU. So when I talk about CPU, guys, there are CPU 0, CPU 2, CPU 4. If that CPU is high, then it is an issue related to data plane. So F5 is divided into control plane and data plane. When I talk about data plane, you have 0 to 4. When I talk about 1, 3, 5, that is called control plane CPU. We will see how you can see control plane CPU and how you can see data plane CPU. Okay, so we will see around 10 troubleshooting steps on how to troubleshoot CPU, memory, and swap issues. So before that, guys, I want to show you one thing more, which I was showing you. Packet flow review. How does the traffic enters your big IP? This one is important. How self IP will come into picture, how SNAT, how NAT, and virtual server. We all know that traffic is arriving on virtual server. No, there is a precedence. There is an order on which traffic will receive from client. So you need to understand what comes first. So there are four types of listeners in F5. We only know virtual server is one of the listener. Do you know self IP is also termed as a listener? SNAT is also termed as a listener. NAT is also termed as a listener. So guys, packet priorities will be there. First, when client connects to your website, let's say sianets.com, it will first check existing connection in your connection table. We will see how to look over connection table. That is very, very critical. Then it will check whether there is any packet filter rule. Then it will check virtual server, whether for this cnets.com, whether there is a virtual server exist or not. So that all we will discuss. If there is no virtual server or not, then it will see whether there is existing SNAT or NAT. If it is not there, then it will check for self IP. Otherwise, it will drop your packet. That is how packet processing priorities are being used. Virtual server type, anyways, I'll be covering that. So this is how traffic flows, guys. So we have client here and we have server here. How the traffic is going. So it will received on your virtual server. Then there is a layer 4. which is called TCP profile, SSL, HTTP. Then load balancing algo will come. Then server technology. So F5 is called full proxy architecture. How we will troubleshoot from layer 1 to layer 3. Very, very important, guys. In layer 1, what you will check. In layer 2, what you will check. Do you know there is a table called FDP? In layer 3, what I will check. How you will check the connection tables. TCP reset costs also we will check, guys. Why TCP reset has been generated? What tools which can we use? Which profile is causing TCP reset? These issues 80% people are facing when they are facing slowness issues, that someone is resetting your packet. So there is a field called you need to modify one of database TCP reset cause packet. By default, it is disabled. If it is enabled, then you can see the reason that no one will tell you, guys. So that will cover in your this course of troubleshooting. That is not part of your basic load balancer course. After this, you can tell your interview. If you tell these things, they will definitely help you to clear your interview. Then I was talking about Wireshark plugin. Ingress, egress, low, high, medium. Now, one scenario which comes, customer asks many times, hey Vidit, is there any way that whenever one, let's say there is a pool. In pool, there are three members, server 1, server 2, server 3. What he says that there is a proper load balancing going on. Traffic comes to virtual server, it goes round robin. In between, let's say server 1 goes down. What will happen to this connection on this server? Are you getting? This question will be asked in interview. That your traffic was flowing good. Client traffic was going to virtual server, then it was going to pool, then you have three servers. But between one of the server goes down. What will happen of the connections which are connected to server 1? So guys, there is a term called that there should be no issue. There is one action on service down in pool member. There is a field called action on service down. Can you see this line? Reselect. It means it specifies that the system manages established client connection by moving them into alternate pool member. This is how there will be no issues to existing connections. Very, very important field. This all will be covered in your advanced F5 load balancer. Sometimes you see this line, configuration has not yet loaded. How to troubleshoot this? So this was on troubleshooting. So here we will talk about different modules like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, how we can manage your disk, what are the things we should take care in upgrading your software, what is the software version policy, how you need to, let's say your hardware goes down, how you can do RMA. What is always on management subsystems? So these are part of your. What does EUD means? This comes only on hardware and user diagnostic tool. How to work with F5 technical support. How you can leverage askf5.com, devcentral.com. We will see all these tools: TCP dump, Wireshark, SSL dump. This is very important tool, guys. Can someone tell me why we use SSL dump? Let's say we have client, we have F5, and we have server. This connection is encrypted. This connection is plain text. Now I want to see the decryption. Someone says that, hey, my SSL handshake is getting failed, but I want to see the reason. So I want to decrypt this packet. So for decryption, we use SSL dump in F5, guys. After that, we will see system logs, daemon, iRules, and some things on network configurations. So last topic for today, guys. After that, we will take Q&A. I was talking about this exam. 101, 201 is part of this, but one more addition which I am giving in this course is which will help you to clear this exam, which you make you expert in LTM specialist, that is called 301B. So there are different scenarios in this, guys. Section 1 is how to troubleshoot basic virtual server connectivity issue. This exam is totally based on your scenario base. And I told you only 1,000 people have cleared this exam. All scenarios we will talk about. What is the reason for packet loss? What is HTTP compression file? What is web acceleration profile? What we can do without iRules? What we cannot do without iRules? In upgrade, a failure happens. What we will do? See this. Given a scenario, determine the appropriate upgrade and recovery steps to restore your LTM functionality, guys. How do you can make sure that application outage are less? We will study about application issues, iRules. There is a concept called AVR, application visibility reporting, that will give you an idea about your HTTP traffic. So you can go here, guys. Uh, this is the link which will help you to understand what is covered in your 301B. I'll share this link. This all will be covered in this course. So the blueprint I was showing you, that I was showing you in the picture. Also, guys, we will study hardware troubleshooting. What can be happen in hardware? How you can check power supplies, whether it's a faulty power supply or not. That is also part of this course. So guys, I am done with it.